is amazing. It is America's only 100-point award-winning luxury coffee. His website is cupofluxury.com. I encourage every coffee lover around the world to try his coffee. Your mind will be blown.
All right, everybody, let's rock.
There he is.
Okay, make it happen. Make it so.
All right, guys. Hey, welcome to the Canna World Expo. To the Canna World Expo team, thank you so much for inviting me to be part of this new chapter in my history. I thank you very much. We're coming at you from a studio in West Summerlin, Nevada. It's an honor to be here with you. Not only do we have the coffee segment, but this morning I wanted to start my day with you around the world, introducing what it is that I do on my daily schedule as a celebrity chef. I start by preparing a really beautiful organic fruit smoothie. And when I was talking with some of our sponsors, it occurred to me what a beautiful opportunity we had to demonstrate with hemp product, with CBD products, how we can actually elevate your lives and your health and your nutrition aspect of everything you're doing. The best way to do that, in my opinion, as a chef, is through the vehicle of food. And in this case, beautiful natural fruit. So for all of you that are watching, I really prefer using organic fruit. I'm reaching in right now. I've got a really nice blend of fruit that I put together last night. You simply take a couple of ice cubes, drop them in. I've got blueberries, mango, strawberries, pineapple. We've got some really, really nice hemp seeds.
Wow, sounds like my smoothie every day for lunch. This is incredible.
This is amazing, mate. I'm telling you. And what I really love is the flavors. Outrageous. Mango, pineapple, strawberries. And then for some of you, I normally would drop in some organic apple cider vinegar for all of the different health and nutritional benefits of that. I'm very proud to present Wholesome. I'm the celebrity chef ambassador for Wholesome Sweet. Now, they are the best in the world, and that's not an opinion, that is factual when it comes to all things sweet. In this case, this is an organic, raw, unfiltered honey. It comes from the South American rainforest. For any of you that are watching and you love using stevia, natural sweeteners, sugar nuts, palm sugars, anything that you can imagine, or if you love honey, this is the best. I'm telling you, oh my God, the aroma.
Right.
The aroma is just insane. And then the flavor is excellent. Were you going to say something, Kron?
I am going to say something about the honey. Now, I've heard honey from local markets is sometimes helpful for people who have allergies by utilizing honey from the local markets. It's utilizing the local bees and flowers and things like that. Is there truth in that, Coffee Chef?
So the benefit of going local is simply that you're supporting small businesses that are doing business in that community.
Sure.
I do my best wherever I'm on tour. When I'm doing my tour dinners, I do go to farmers markets so that I get the very best produce from the local market. The reality, however, is when it comes to honey, you got to ask yourself a question. Are you more interested in supporting a small honey distributor, or do you want the maximal health benefits? And let's be honest, when it comes to your own health, you're not being selfish or self-centered by considering what is best for you. Am I correct?
That's correct. You are right, sir.
Wholesome is the best in the world. I can say that unequivocally. The reason that I introduce honey into the smoothies is not because this beautiful fruit needs any kind of extra sweetener, but honey is something that I'm going to leave it to you to do your own research, but there are many benefits to having honey in your system. To begin with, I'll just say this. I chose to start using honey because it actually increases your mental acuity. It keeps you sharp mentally. I make my living on a camera, and so it's very imperative to me and to my audience that I'm able to articulate well. I've got maximal brain power, and honey is the way to do it. And so when you get into the smoothies, I just want to point out, smoothies are so easy to make. You just take whatever brand you want to use. In this particular case, I've got mine set up
Right.
Let's get into it. Any questions before we get started from the panel?
So far, so good.
All right, let's rock. So we've got a couple of things. Today, I'm very proud to introduce you to Bloom. And these guys are amazing in the world of cannabis. So we've got the hemp hearts. We're going to simply take some of these. And it's according to taste. I'm not following measurements. Any of you in my own audience, you know that I don't do recipes. I go by what I know is going to work. So in this case, simply watch. Just going to drop some of these in. These are a phenomenal source of protein, and they're just phytonutrient enriched. Hemp seeds, you just can never go wrong. Whether they're raw, toasted, I drop them into almost everything that we cook.
I say your measurements are more like skosh, pinch, smudging, things like that. Nothing that.
My language, man.
Right.
So we've got the fruit stacked up. We've got some ice cubes in there. I love Knudsen. Knudsen, at least for this country, is the premier brand when it comes to 100% organic juices. In this case, we're going to be doing a 100% organic beet juice. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, as much as I love my veggies, beets are not on the top of my fave list. I think beets personally suck, but the nutrition value, you can't beat them. They will keep your blood pressure down. They help manage your blood sugars. Again, they add to your body's system. It just is so powerful and nutritional value. So I'm going to use that this morning. You want to add just enough so that you're able to get a really nice smoothie. So about 2/3 full. We're going to drop that, and then the magic honey. Drop some of this in there. Again, you don't need much. You need about a tablespoon. Today I'm going to go with about 2 tablespoons-ish. Ish is a part of my vocabulary. Everything is ish. You tell me to be there at 7 o'clock, I'll be there at 7-ish. So, all right, here we go. Let's rock.
Wow. I would imagine it looks like you're making a little more than one serving. Is that a couple of servings you've got there? Is it refrigeratable for later consumption?
Today I've got my producer with me on location. I have my associate producer, and so I made just enough so that we can have. Can I get 2 glasses, please?
God, I want one so bad.
Yes, you do. I promise. I can't wait to meet everybody personally. I'm grateful to be here, though. And so what you're going to do is, in a moment, I'm going to introduce one of the greatest producers I've ever had the pleasure of working with. I have the added benefit. He's my son. This kid has grown up filming me around the United States and Canada. He's an amazing producer. And then my associate producer, who I brought on board a year ago, is Maya, and she is amazing. Both of you, come on, set with me, please.
Almost looks as good as mine.
Look at this beautiful color. The color is just on point. It's beautiful. You're talking 1 glass of this a day, and your world will rock. One for you, sir. One for you, ma'am. Take a sip and talk to our audience. Tell them what you think.
I'm actually pretty impressed.
Yeah, it's actually really
because I don't like beet juice, and I think the honey and the fruit helps a lot. I like a cold drink, and I'm not even really getting the hemp, so I think I'm getting the health benefits of that, of course. But at the same time, it's not like something that I'm struggling to get down just because I need the health benefits. But I'm enjoying it.
It's amazing. So, any questions, Kron? I mean, if I could take this.
I do have
if
one
I
question.
have a relationship with the enterprise, I'd simply beam this over to you, but that one I'm a long time ago. So.
Well, I can whip one up later. I'll head out to the store or have it sent in as we have been doing. But I wonder if is there a fiber content element to the cannabis that you put in there? It looked like it was. You again mentioned seeds or hearts or whatever the hell you were talking about.
Sure. So I was talking about Bloom, and Bloom's hemp hearts are the best in my opinion. They have got maximal benefits in terms of their nutritional aspect, in terms of their sustainability. Everything about these hemp hearts is precisely why I use them. Very rich in protein. And for those of you that follow hemp and you know what the hemp hearts offer, they're unrivaled, unmatched, and I'm really proud to represent them.
Right now, I have a little dog, Baxter, who likes cheese quite a bit and sometimes gets a little clogged, as we all do, with the cheese. Is this product or what you put together, this concoction, could I put a little bit in a small dish for Fido?
Why not? I say treat Fido well.
Wow.
I mean, they're part of our family, right? So you want them to be taken care of. There's nothing in here that I think a veterinarian would have any heartburn about using to take care of your pet.
Right.
You know, seriously, it was not that long ago. Who would have thought about taking anything like hemp seeds, hemp heart, and putting it into any part of our diet? And yet we've learned through these last many years that hemp is amazing for your system. It helps just keep the cannabinoid receptors in your body fine-tuned. There's so many different reasons why we should get into using the hemp hearts on a more regular basis. And again, I think smoothies are a beautiful way to do that. Next week, when we're doing the live cooking demonstration, you're also going to see how I take and I roast them in a cast iron skillet, and we'll be dropping that over the top of some really, really beautiful filet mignon that we're going to be grilling. So absolutely, feed it to your pets, give it to your favorite people, and show that you love them. Above all, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Take some me time, prepare a beautiful smoothie, fill it with some CBD, and just rock it. Enjoy life. I'm going to take a quick break, guys. We're going to set up for the coffee segment. And world, I'm getting ready to rock you. We're going to be doing a 100-point coffee. We'll come at you. Give me about 2 minutes. We step back up.
We can do that, absolutely. You know what's nice too about the hemp products, and especially the hemp hearts. There's a distinct, unique flavor to that element. I've had my yogurt, sprinkled it over that. I've had my oatmeal and sprinkled it and added it to that. And you do pick up a very distinct flavor. Hey, save a little for me. I'm coming out to get that thing. Put it in the fridge. I'll come back and get some. Bryan-David Scott, the coffee chef, cupofluxury.com is where you're going to find him. And I believe he's going to set up right now to produce a cup of luxury. Looks like the French press is out, which I've always misused and made a complete mess of each and every time I've tried to use that damn gizmo. Look at that, just add it in, you fill it, you prepare it, and you drink it. This is an excellent chance for you to learn how to infuse cannabis into your, again, coffee, perhaps your daily fruit smoothie. And we've all learned that nobody likes the taste of beet juice. So to describe it is somewhere between, oh, shit, and wow, that tastes like crap. But there are some beet juices that, when mixed with the fruit, mixed with the hemp products, and of course the honey we mentioned, are absolutely wonderful. It's a combination that you can enjoy over and over simply by clicking on this video again, rewind it, and watch how the chef prepared that particular smoothie. Denise, are you ready for a big hot cup of coffee?
Oh, yes, I am ready for a big hot cup of luxury. And what our viewers should know is that we are truly, truly blessed and appreciative of Chef being with us today. And I mean that in a literal sense. In December, I received a startling text from Chef letting me know that he was just discharged from the hospital from a stroke. So if anybody has any questions about how CBD can possibly help with stroke survival and how diet plays a vital role, feel free to reach out to Chef. He's very available, very visible online. And we love our chef, and we thank him so much for being healthy and being present with us today.
Oh, yes.
If I'm not mistaken, the stroke takes place in the brain. It's not a heart attack, and a lot of people confuse the two. Am I right? Anybody out there?
That is correct.
So there you go. So this was a brain injury or a brain malfunction or flare-up.
Yeah, and I want to be clear on that. So they said that what precipitated this particular type of stroke is I think like a lot of celebrities, you try to find different ways to numb down and cope with the really intense scheduling. To put this into perspective for those of you, actually some of you written in earlier this morning and later last night asking me to address on this, so let's get into it. So I never sought to be a celebrity. I knew that I loved entertainment. I've been entertaining since I was 2 years old. Fell in love with making people laugh, making them smile and feel good inside. But when I get out on the road, especially when we're doing events surrounding the primetime Emmys, the Grammys, and the Oscars, there's just something about being in that environment. It's a party environment, and the stress of being up on your feet for sometimes 29 to 36 hours, it gets overwhelming. And so coping with being away from the wife and the kids and being out on the road and the constant touring, I took the way that a lot of guys go, and I got heavily involved in drugs, alcohol, and the entire party scene. And so I drank heavily. I'm not going to get into detail, but it is unequivocal that part of the reason that I had the stroke is my level of drinking. And so I learned to get rid of the alcohol, and I'm healthier for it. There's no doubt that BioRain's CBD, which is 3 times more potent than the average, is also the only water-based CBD in the world that has the power to break the blood-brain barrier. What that means is within a matter of seconds of putting it underneath the tongue, it is in your bloodstream and it is going to the brain. And I have no doubt that, my Noah's in the background pointing to his back. He's a former outside linebacker, total badass, by the way. And he suffers from back spasms. He's only 17, and yet when he takes the BioRain CBD, pain gone. So, and for all my veteran friends that are out there, you know that the product that I've shared with you, some of you have struggled with cancer. This is the CBD company to go to. Very proud to represent BioRains. And so, yeah, that's where we're at.
Chef, what we find out is that in the world of edibles, the gummies and the chocolates and the mints and things like that, when you ingest them, they have to go down into the whole digestive system, therefore diluting what the original recipe encapsulated. So you're not receiving 100% of the value of that edible, and it's down to sometimes less than 10% of what the label is telling you is in that product. With a sublingual or the droplets, as you're saying, it gets to work. It skips the liver, it skips the kidney, and goes right to work at the brain level.
That's correct, and it is fairly immediate. So any questions from our audience before we get into this coffee segment?
Looking around, checking around. No, let's continue the French press.
All right, let's rock. So you saw me put the coffee grounds into the French press. Some of you, you've asked me, hey, Chef, when you do your French presses, how much coffee do you put in? Look, again, I'm not one to follow a recipe. The industry standard is a tablespoon per cup. This is a 12-cup French press. Let me make it easy. When you do this is a Chambord by Bodum, by the way, where these feet end, you come up about a quarter of an inch, so about right there. So that's about where you want to be. You take coffee, and it's imperative for those of you that are real coffee drinkers. Do you realize that coffee, in order for the oils to be extracted, they have to be in a temperature between 195 degrees up to 205. Less than 195 degrees, and it will not extract all the oils. More than 205 degrees, and you'll actually scald the coffee, and it could be the most perfect coffee in the world, and it will become bitter. The thing that makes Cup of Luxury's coffee is vastly different from anything else in the world is not only are they the most aromatic, and to put it into perspective, I had a client out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Her mailbox is approximately 100 feet from her doorstep. When she opened her door, she could smell the coffee beans from the mailbox. She knew that she was in for a treat, and she was. When she began to grind the coffee, people came down from upstairs because they could smell it as it permeated the home. So it's the most intense aroma I've ever experienced. And then we find out that it is the longest lingering, flavorful coffee in the world. And for those of you that are up for the challenge, I'm in. I'll throw down any time with you.
Now, a lot of times you're talking about the aroma of coffee and the benefits of just the beans. You may be at the fragrance counter at Nordstrom's. As you spray on one element, you smell, you enjoy, you stick your nose in a little cup of coffee beans to cleanse it, to prepare it for the next fragrance that you're sampling.
Absolutely. And that's so this coffee that we're getting into today is just one of my absolute favorites. This is Black Label. Black Label, you're going to have beautiful nuances of dark vegetal cocoa. You're going to have nuances of vibrant summer fruit, nuances of a Mexican spice filled with a Madagascar vanilla on the finish. So let's go through the process. You saw me put the grounds in the French press. I brought the temperature to 200 degrees. That we were dead center between 195 and 205. And then what you want to do is you want to take a whisk or anything to aerate the coffee. You want to take it. I like going clockwise initially, and I kind of go counterclockwise. Total stir time is about 30 seconds. You just simply take that. The grounds will be perfectly absorbed. Let the coffee brew for 4 minutes. Then you simply want to take your French press, line it up, press it, and then get ready to rock. This is going to be amazing. I can't wait for you to see the faces as we get ready to pour this coffee.
I've always enjoyed the French conventions, the French press. We've got the French kiss, the French fry, the French toast. Those French have really come up with a great way to titillate my tongue, if you will. The French tickler is another one that jumps to mind. Wait a minute. Get her out of there.
It was hilarious. As you were doing the intro, I can hear Jessica coming down the hallway, excited because she knows it is the greatest coffee in the world. All right, Miss Jessica, let's get you taken care of first.
Yeah.
You probably smelled the coffee down the hall. It's probably filling the entire house now with the aroma of that beautiful.
You can smell it on location here. It is insane what is happening over here. So.
Oh my.
Just cheers.
One thing I'd like to share.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
So one thing I'd like to share is that when you include the BioRain CBD with the coffee, there is no oil slick on top. You will not see it because it is part of the water. That is a major breakthrough that we're going to be talking about immediately following this segment. So if anybody's interested in water-based CBD that is clinically proven in EEG clinical trials to cross the blood-brain barrier within 2 to 5 minutes, whereas an edible takes 20 to 30 minutes to feel any effect. Think about that.
Yeah.
So,
and everybody has their own.
Do you need to add any flavoring to that coffee, Jessica?
Oh my gosh. I was just, as I drink this, you saw this, poured, black, straight. This is the only coffee in the frickin' world that I drink straight black.
Right.
I mean, oh.
The smoothness.
It's so smooth. There's no acid. It has the different flavors as it is. It's a sweet flavor, and you get to experience the full palate with this.
It's got a very full mouthfeel. It's rich. It's lingering. It's literally considered the most perfect cup of coffee in the world. We've never ever encountered a connoisseur that didn't feel this is the best cup of coffee they've ever had.
Oh, we should get drunk here.
Let's get Dina on location.
Yeah, we should.
A quick question. I see there by the whisk a little bottle, and maybe I missed the drops that went into the coffee. Did that product?
You don't want to do CBD because of the fact it is at 200 degrees typically.
Okay.
The reason I brought this out originally is you're going to watch me during next week's segment. We're going to go heavy on the CBD drops, the tinctures, full spectrums, and then also the way that I infuse CBD into the coffee rub that I'm creating Tuesday for Saturday's show. I just want to point out again, BioRain far surpasses any other brand of CBD out there. And I love them. I believe in them. And I can tell you that between December the 1st and when I started taking the BioRain, the difference in my ability to articulate, my mental acuity, every aspect. When we talk about penetrating the blood-brain barrier, I am living proof that this works. This isn't something that is hype. It's not marketing fluff. It's legit. It is 100% real. And I mean, Jessica can tell you, she knew what I was like before December 1st, but she also knows what I was like after. Let's just be honest. I mean, I've been kicking ass no matter what, but it never hurts to be able to have the best things in your body. So
Absolutely.
it's helped turn me around big time and much faster than doctors could have ever anticipated.
And to quote Dino, as you well know, Kron, it's all about penetration.
That's right.
Indeed it
We
is.
love penetration in this
And
community.
absorption.
And taste.
I'm going to drink to that too. Well, it certainly has given me the hankering to head out and get myself some of that damn coffee now that I'm watching you consume it and the big smiles that's been produced on your face just from that alone.
I'm all about life and kicking ass. So reach out to me. And we have Dino. Dino's getting ready to come out. Dino's going to sip some coffee with us. Dino, so talk to our audience. Here's some coffee for you, brother.
You can have some. I'll be happy to share it. Cheers.
Now, those of you who don't know the good Dr. Dino, indoor, outdoor, industrial growers using the plant doctor system are bigger, healthier, happier organic plants, free of molds and insects and all kinds of cooties. Even heavy metals are not allowed in. Boosting their immunity. That's what the good doctor has figured out how to do. Dr. Dino is here with us.
Together in the coffee and watching
We've had moments where it's almost a religious experience. He's a great friend and the worst friend in the world. Why? This is the reason why. Imagine you have been accustomed to coffee around the world. You drink it in every place you go. Oh, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And then you try this stuff, and this stuff. It's like an angel is pissing on your tonsils. It's so good. Drinking this ruins you for everything else that you could possibly ever put in your mouth that resembles this stuff called brown liquid coffee.
What was that word that you used that you were using some neologism? You invented a word. It's not able to get it.
If you can't get it, it's called unobtainium.
Unobtainium. Guys, seriously, we're having a lot of fun, which is awesome. That's what we're all about. But
hold on, can you hear that? The angels are singing. Of course,
they are.
This is so good.
It is literally the best coffee in the world. And something that it occurred to me, I should have done this yesterday. I actually have a very special for the audience today. If you reach out to me by email, chef@bryan-david-scott.com, and Brian with a Y, chef@bryan-david-scott.com, I will get you a pound of luxury for $39. Ignore the pricing on the website. It's a one-time special. Jessica and Dina will tell you, I've never heard of that coffee price because we started about 100 a pound when we go up. So if you want this magical coffee, I'm prepared to give it to you for $39 for the pound. We will roast it on order and we will ship it directly to you at your home or your business or wherever you're holed up these days.
But be aware, it will ruin you permanently.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you right now, I'm going to get a slice of that action right there because I love that stuff. Jessica sent me some.
Forget about it. No, it will ruin you. And then you'll be the envy of all your friends. You'll be all like, I'm sorry, you can't have any. No.
You know, we learned that this is the coffee that will turn an adult back into a 4-year-old. When I heard that, I asked my customer, I said, what do you mean? And she said, my kids came home for Christmas, from college. And she said, look, that's your side of the coffee cabinet. This is my side. And they said, well, if it's great coffee, what do you want? And she said, it's mine. I'm not sharing. And she said, I became a 4-year-old because she didn't want to share anymore.
Yeah.
Unobtainium. So good.
You got to watch.
Here's a little preview for
you. A little
you.
preview. I'm going to be working with these next week as we do our cooking segment.
Cool.
So,
excellent.
Speaking of s'more, I'll
s'more.
take that back.
I'll take some s'more. Oh, it's good stuff.
Thank you very much.
So, Chef, could you fill us in on how you felt when you first took the water-based CBD after your stroke?
So I'm one of these idiots that unfortunately has experienced being electrocuted multiple times. My heart doctor asked me, do I have a history of cardiac issues? And I said, well, before I was electrocuted the third time, and go fit. I do not. I'm laying on the hospital bed, and the nurse asked me, so was it a fork or a knife? I said, this time it was a knife. The first time it was a fork. The damn toast would not come out, so what do? Except reach in and stick it. Even though I was trying to be very delicate, so I didn't know my own strength, I stuck it straight through. I'm telling you, it goes through your arms so fast, and you can't let go because it's immediately gripping you. You're holding on to that thing, you're just like, and so
it's not a joke. You actually can't let go.
you can't, it holds on to you.
It's
Until it completes
Did
the
you
circuit.
know that?
And so
I thought that was like like TV or something like that. I thought that was like
I'm
like
not trying to
this
equate the CBD with being electrocuted per se. But Denise, in all sincerity, you asked me if there was a difference. Before I started taking and I'm going to be very specific, bio range, because I've had CBD brands from around the world that were given to me. When I took the bio range, I simply did 2 of the droplets from the tincture. Within less than a minute, I knew that there was something going on because I physically felt my brain engaging in a way that I had not known previously. And so later that day, I took another couple of drops. And then before bed, I took a couple more drops. Got up in the morning, I did it. And after 3 days of doing 3 cycles or 3 treatments per day, I knew that there was something really going on. And then this brilliant guy tells me about the benefits of raw Brazilian nuts. And so I ordered a 5-pound bag of raw Brazilian nuts. And so my dietary regimen began changing radically. And let's be honest, now you don't get this size by eating organic fruits every day. And, I fell in love with I know, right? So, but CBD has been a part of my life for years. But the bio range, when they talk about penetrating the blood-brain barrier, which Charles, hold on, did you say penetrate? We did that. Penetrate.
Penetration.
Penetration.
And absorption.
Absorption. So,
and lemons.
Look at the size of those.
Like,
nice.
Remember the old drug commercial? This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. So if you could see what my brain looked like before and what it looks like now, I'm quite certain that I have expanded my brain. It's but I'm
pick up calculus, trigonometry
easily. Yeah, didn't know before December, but now thanks to bio range, I'm a mathematician. So, but in all,
quantum physicist.
I want you to think about something. The size of the stroke that I suffered measured 1.45 centimeters. Most people don't live.
Hold on, do we know what stroke is?
Yeah,
I think you covered it earlier.
When you're in the water and you're pulling yourself through.
That's one version of it. Okay, stroke is when you have the tubing within your cabeza, your head, your brain, arteries, veins, and all of a sudden you end up with calcification on there. Coats it like you would when you have clogged up pipes in your house. And what happens is it gets kind of really crusty, and then the blood pressure blows it, and all of a sudden leaks blood all over the place. That is an aneurysm or a stroke. And then all of a sudden that area, wherever it is, goes quiet, silent, basically dead until your body's able to clean it out.
Wow.
So what he's talking about, the selenium in the Brazil nuts is helping to go ahead and make the elasticity on your veins and arteries a little bit more flexible. That's why that particular element, that's why those Brazilian nuts work. What you're getting with the bio range is all the benefits of the CBD, which helps rebuild the neural pathways. So the synaptic processes, the myelin sheath around the nerves in the head are rebuilt in these areas. And that's the reason why he's not right now. He's actually able to speak, and he actually is really good at cooking and calculus, mathematics. Next, he's going to be picking up that book on astrophysics.
Oh, I mastered that last week.
I didn't know.
Yeah, thanks to Brazil nuts and selenium and bio range CBD. But in all sincerity, guys, what you're seeing before you is a man. I've always had a beautiful ability to articulate. Obviously, I've been living on the camera, but I would be in far worse condition. When we deal with strokes, we talk about deficiencies. This is basically the term that we use to describe a person's condition afterwards. As you notice, I'm using my hands. I'm able to walk, run. I'm kicking ass in life again. I'm articulating very well, and I would not be able to do this as well if it was not for the fact that I've implemented CBD into my daily regimen of diet, drinks. I mean, at this point, just about everything. If I'm drinking wine on location, I'm dropping CBD droplets in there, and it's because I want to keep my body optimized. The best way to do that, by the way, the reason I've been able to drop 33 pounds since December. I mean, these guys remember what I used to look like. You know, it's like, roll me down the hallway, you know, and you know, I'm kicking ass, man. For all of you that have been wondering, gun show.
Oh,
gun show, baby.
Gun show.
Oh.
So, seriously, and that's my left arm. Dude, my right, I'm trying to open.
This is the string that is hanging off of his shoulder. Now that's the gun show.
That's the gun show.
Wow. I hope we can get tickets to that gun show someday.
Don't make me angry. You won't like me when I'm angry. So, hey guys, it's been a joy to be with you. I am Bryan-David Scott, the coffee chef on location with these great friends. Thank you to my very special crew, my son Noah, and my soon-to-be daughter-in-law, Hint. I love you guys. I love all of you. Thank you for tuning in today. Again, I'm very accessible, very approachable. And please don't get offended if I don't respond right away. Please understand, I've got a base of about 86 million people I deal with on a monthly basis. So I promise you, we will get to you. I will personally respond to you.
How much of that coffee again?
$39. You know, tell them how much. If I were to sell this stuff, it would start.
Seriously, it's unobtainium. It starts at $90 and then goes up from there. So
this is $39.
This one, like,
How
much is it? How much? For a what?
$39.
No, that's for like a little sachet left.
No, we're talking 16
How
ounces.
much?
a pound.
16 ounces is how much?
That's a pound.
$39.
No, it's that weighs how much? Is that a pound?
Full pounds.
See, mathematics.
Got
it. CBD. Hoorah.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Please announce your email address.
Oh, email address again. Chef
The coffee chef,
David
Bryan-David
Scott.
I want to hear from you guys. I really enjoyed being here. Gino, thanks so much for backing me up, dude. I love you, man.
And if you can't do it, you can also reach out to us here at Canna World Expo. You can reach us at info, I-N-F-O, at Canna, C-A-N-N-A, worldexpo.com.
Wow. That makes me want to go for a nice sticky coffee.
This is mine. This one's mine.
Not Sherry.
Thank you. Thank you, Brian.
I'm ready to for you.
We will help you remember what it's like to be 4 years old. We will not share.
Wow, that is good. That is Bryan-David Scott. Thank you so much. We look forward to next week joining us for some cooking tips as well. Hello. Where's my close-up?